transmigrated into Douluo as the Emperor Beast of Auspices, companion born alongside the three-eyed golden possessing the twin martial souls of the Golden Dragon King and the Silver Dragon King, captured by Ditia and brought to the Lake of Life the moment I was born. Because I am the companion of the Emperor Beast of Auspiciousness, I share the fortune of the Douluo Great Forest. Instead, I have become the darling of the great beast lords within the Lake of Life. At this moment, in the Douluo Great Forest, at the Lake of Life, the three-eyed golden Eni extends its little paw. It stroked the egg standing as tall as a person before it, an egg shimmering with flowing gold and silver patterns. It turned its head to look at Baiji. Baiji, my cultivation has already reached 20,000 years. Why hasn't my little sister hatched yet? Baiji smiled and replied, your sister's life force is growing stronger and stronger. She should be coming out very soon. No sooner had she spoken than a crackling sound echoed, and the eggshell suddenly split open. The crack widened rapidly in the next second. A chubby little hand punched through the eggshell. A tiny figure with two small horns on its head peeked out from within. You saw Baiji and the three-eyed golden lion. A flash of surprise crossed the spirit beast's eyes. Then, you grabbed the scattered eggshells and stuffed them straight into your mouth. Crunch, crunch. After you finished eating the eggshells, your body surged in size instantly. In the blink of an eye, you transformed from a hatchling into a youth of 12 or 13 years old, with crystalline horns atop your head, a mane of golden hair, and eyes clear as polished gems. You gazed upon Baiji and the three-eyed golden lion, tears welling up in your eyes. After 10,000 years, you have finally broken free from this egg. What kind of transmigrator starts their journey by being born as an egg? Fortunately, it is all over now. Throughout these 10,000 years, you were occasionally lucid, and you knew this was the Douluo Continent. You were one of the imperial auspicious beasts birthed by the Douluo Great Forest, together with the three-eyed golden lion. You were brought to the Lake of Life by Ditia. Douluo Continent. What a fine place, and the young lady is truly beautiful. A grin spread across your face. The three-eyed golden Eni suddenly burst into tears. My little sister has turned into a little brother, and a foolish one at that. Your smile froze instantly. The next second, you stepped forward and pulled the three-eyed golden Eni into a hug. You reached out and ruffled his soft hair. I am not a fool. Secondly, I am your older brother. Back when the Douluo Forest first gave birth to the Beast of Auspice, you are the very egg first conceived by destiny itself. It just took a little longer to hatch. Baiji stood to the side, her body trembling slightly. She sensed a surging dragon aura emanating from you, purer and more immense than even Ditian's, resembling that of a true, pure-blooded dragon. Even with her cultivation nearing 600,000 years, she felt the suppression of her bloodline. The three-eyed golden lion suddenly broke free from your grasp, leaping to the side. Baring your teeth, you sneer. You insolent little brat. Careful, or I'll beat you up. You fall silent. You still haven't figured out exactly what you are. Human in form, yet possessing two dragon horns, one gold, one silver. Baiji senses your confusion. She whispers a reminder. Your abilities are innate. Try to think carefully. With a light tap of his fingertip, a ripple of soul power surged into the depths of the Lake of Life. This matter is of grave importance. Ditia and the others must be summoned here. Is it innate? Close your eyes. Begin to sense the power deep within your body. Hum an invisible wave radiated from you. A terrifying draconic aura instantly forced Baiji and the three-eyed golden Eni back. Excellent. Two dragon roars resounded across the sky. Above the Lake of Life, golden clouds permeate the sky. 100 young golden dragon circles within the clouds. Soon after, a silver dragon dances amidst the cloud layers as well. In the Douluo Forest, all low-level soul beasts lie prostrate on the ground. Ditia and Ziji, Shangjun and the myriad demon king and the other fierce beasts arrive in haste. They have just reached the vicinity. I saw the golden and silver dragons coiling in the air. The next moment, the gold and the twin dragons let out a synchronized roar. They transformed into two long spears, piercing straight into your glabella. When Ditia arrived at Baiji's side, he witnessed the golden and silver spears vanish into your glabella. They disappeared without a trace. Baiji, what is the meaning of this? Ditian's voice trembled slightly. He senses an aura from you. An aura both familiar and one that compels him to submit. The aura of the dragon god. At this moment, a voice emerges within your mind. Dual-natured in gold and silver. The dragon god may yet rise again, boy. These two dragon spears are a gift from me to you. Before you reach the 7th spirit ring, you must come to the dragon bone. The voice fades away. No matter how you call out, there is no response. Yet, you have likely already guessed the identity of the voice's owner. A moment later, you steady your mind and open your eyes. Dita, Baiji, and the myriad demon kings stand before you. Behind them looms the mountain-like Shangjun, and Shi Wang radiating hellfire from his entire body. You quietly walk over to the dazed three-eyed golden Ni and bow to the group. Dita was about to speak, his presence like Dita raises his hand to interrupt. You're quite direct. What species of soul beast are you, exactly? Why is it that, aside from those dragon horns, you possess not a trace of a soul beast's essence? And what were those golden and silver dragons from just a moment ago? Your hands transformed into dragon claws covered in golden scales. I am both a soul beast and a human. The celestial phenomenon just now was caused by the awakening of my martial soul. Ditya furrowed his brows deeply. Such an existence. In all his hundreds of thousands of years of life, he has never seen such a thing. I possess twin martial souls. You attracted the golden dragon claw and switched to your second martial soul. The power of elements instantly saturated the air. The first martial soul is the dragon of power, the golden dragon king. The second martial soul is the dragon of elements, the silver dragon king. Ditya felt a jolt in his heart. The golden dragon king and the silver dragon king. Are these not the golden and silver dragon kings split from the dragon god? At this very moment, the lake of life erupted with a thunderous roar. 100 young silver dragons surged from the depths of the lake. The terrifying pressure of the Dragon King forced the great soul beasts to retreat repeatedly. Ditya immediately cried out, "My lord!" The silver dragon paid no heed to Ditya. It circled high above the lake as a sphere of water enveloped its form. The next moment, the water orb shattered. The silver dragon vanished. A silver-haired figure stepped out slowly. Their long silver hair cascaded down to their ankles. Their violet eyes were clear and limpid. Their skin appeared slightly pale, so beautiful. They seemed beyond mortal. As you met those eyes, your heart skipped a beat. Guyuena walked toward you. A few minutes later, beside the lake of life, inside the treehouse built from towering ancient woods, Ditya watched Guyuena, who was pressed almost entirely against you. His brows furrowed deep in thought. What Guyuena had just said was far too shocking. He walked up to you and with his index finger, tilted your chin upward. My name is Guyuena, the Silver Dragon King, split from the Dragon God. From this day forward, you belong to me. Your Adam's apple bobbed, and your face flushed with heat. Guyuena turned her gaze toward Ditya, her voice cold and detached. He is the one chosen by Lord Dragon God, the hope for the resurgence of the soul beasts. The dragon aura he carries is of great detriment to me. By staying with him, I can recover from the hidden injuries I sustained back then as quickly as possible in order to find a way for humans and soul beasts to coexist in harmony, and to break the rule that soul beasts cannot become gods. I will enter the human world with Yumming. You listen, feeling somewhat bewildered. According to the timeline, it should be the early stages of the unrivaled Tang sect right now. Yuena shouldn't have awakened so early. Yet, the moment your twin martial souls awakened, she has emerged at last. And the moment she spoke, she claimed you as her own. If you cannot fathom the reason, then stop dwelling on it for now. You have already arrived on the Douluo Continent and even transformed into a little dragon. You ought to be more decisive in your actions. Zichao would never defy Feng Yue. In recent years, human soul technology has advanced too rapidly, constantly encroaching upon the habitats of soul beasts. Guyuena has awakened. This signifies hope for the entire spirit beast lineage. Ditya rose to his feet. He spoke respectfully, "My lord, since you intend to venture into the human world, perhaps your subordinate should first go and find a suitable spirit beast for Yiming to bestow the first spirit ring upon his first martial soul. As for his second martial soul, I suggest we wait until his spirit ring limit increases. Once he can withstand the level of over 100,000 years, I will go to the far north end, the evil demon forest, to find suitable soul beasts for him." Guyuena gripped your sleeve tightly and whispered, "Find two dragon-type soul beasts for my brother. He has an innate full soul power at level 20. One should be around 10,000 years, and the other around 15,000 years. Having gestated in the egg for 10,000 years, his physique is already exceptionally formidable. As for a spirit ring capable of absorbing a 10,000-year limit, go and have a good talk with that imprisoned ice silkworm. Tell him we are offering him a chance to achieve godhood. Ask him to offer his soul as a sacrifice to become the first spirit ring for my second martial soul. Once I ascend to godhood, I will do just as that human who became a god 10,000 years ago resurrect him, just like the Titan giant ape and the azure bull python. As he spoke of this, his tone remained gentle, yet his words were chillingly cold. If he refuses, then kill him. Then claim his spirit and spirit bone. Bat his head. As you command, your subordinate will find two suitable spirit beasts as soon as possible. I will also ensure the ice silkworm offers its soul in voluntary sacrifice. Withdrew. You were almost moved to tears. Starting off with two 10,000-year dragon-type spirit beasts as a gift. And there is the million-year-old sky dream iceworm. So this is what it feels like to be kept. It's actually quite delightful. Subconsciously, you tighten your grip on Guyu's cool, delicate hand. You have been far too kind to me. I truly don't know how I could ever repay you. The vulnerability in Guyuena's eyes vanishes. Her usual cold, aloof demeanor returns. She gazes at you, the corners of her lips curling upward. You don't know how to repay me. He leaned in close to your ear. His voice was but a whisper. Then I have thought of a way for you to repay me. Tonight, I shall absorb your dragon essence. Your earlobes burned with heat. Your cheeks flushed crimson in an instant. The speed at which Guyuena switches gears is truly more than you can handle. Just then, the three-eyed golden lion suddenly leapt into your arms. A small claw pushed Guyuena away. It bared its teeth and hissed, "Stay away from my brother. He doesn't like you." You casually picked up the three-eyed golden lion by the scruff of its neck and set it aside. "No, little sister. I like her very much." Guyuena covered her mouth and chuckled softly. Her eyes filled with provocation as she looked at the three-eyed golden lion. The three-eyed golden lion snarled and bared its fangs. Night falls. On the wooden bed woven from vines inside the treehouse, you lie in the center. To your left, the three-eyed golden lion is curled into a ball. To your right lies Guyuena, her silver hair cascading down. Your body is stiff, not daring to make the slightest movement. Guyuena lies on her side beside you, absorbing the dragon aura you radiate to heal her injuries. Seeing you as rigid as a piece of wood, she speaks. A faint smirk played on her lips. She reached out and gently stroked the gold and silver dragon horns atop your head. Your body trembled slightly. An even greater surge of dragon aura emanated from you. Guyuena chuckled softly, whispering into your ear, "You are both a soul beast and a human. As for this pair of dragon horns, you can actually control them yourself." You gave it a try. Sure enough, the dragon horns retracted. You turned your head in pleasant surprise, only to find yourself locking eyes with Guyuena's pair of violet orbs. As your gazes met, Guyuena was slightly taken aback. A faint, inexplicable flush crept across her cheeks. You immediately turned your head back and whispered, "Good night, Yor." The three-eyed golden suddenly lifted its head. "Why didn't you say that to me? All right, good night to you too." The three-eyed golden Anna cast a glare at you. In the middle of the night, you felt something was off on your left side. It should have been just a small ball of the three-eyed golden Anna. But why did it feel so different? Until the break of dawn, you turned your head to look and locked eyes with a breathtakingly beautiful face. Large, powder blue eyes, long eyelashes, and cascading powder blue hair. Her snow-white dress makes her look like a little goddess. She bears a 5 or 6 tenths resemblance to the Tang Watang in your memories. You He clearly hasn't shared memories with Hua Yuhao. Why then does she still carry the shadow of Tang Watang? Could it be that Tang Sen has already extended his reach into the Stardo Great Forest? A sense of urgency rises in your heart. If this were the timeline of Douluo I, Tang Sen might still have a few redeeming qualities. But this is Douluo II. Tang Sen has already turned the Douluo Continent into his own chessboard. Your identity as a member of the Soul Beast faction is already set in stone. You cannot simply stand by and watch your little sister become a sacrificial pawn in the romance between Hua Yuhao and Tang Watang. Looking at the three-eyed golden lion's delicate, rosy face, a thought suddenly sprouted in your heart. Since Tang Watang is Tang Son's greatest weakness, then you shall seize that very weakness for yourself. As these thoughts swirled in your mind, you let out a soft, knowing laugh. The golden-eyed beast was startled awake. Its eyelashes fluttered gently. Subconsciously, it stuck out its tongue to lick its own paw. It felt that the texture was wrong, so it licked your arm, which it had been using as a pillow. Instead, your entire body stiffened. Little sister, you mustn't do that. You bit the tip of your tongue, forcibly banishing the distracting thoughts from your mind. A glimmer of consciousness slowly returned to the three-eyed golden lion's eyes. He tilted his head in thought. He stuck out his tongue playfully. Then he sat up and stretched lazily. He cast a provocative glance and Guyuena's younger brother, who was feigning sleep on the other side. You all have human names. Give me a human name as well. He blinked his pink eyes, his gaze full of innocence. You blurted out almost instinctively, "Let's call you Diarikyu." Diarikyu, the three-eyed golden lion murmured to herself, her pink eyes growing brighter and brighter. The next day, Ditia took only a single day to locate 2 dragon-type soul beasts that met the requirements. One was a 10,000-year earth dragon, and the other was a 15,000-year spine stegosaurus. Both were sub-dragon species, yet their bloodline purity was quite remarkable. Furthermore, these 2 soul beasts are aged and frail, nearing the end of their natural lives. Ditia bowed his head to Guyuena and said, "My lord." Both of them have volunteered to become Yiming's soul rings. As he finished speaking, a look of hesitation crossed his face. However, no matter what that ice silkworm says, it does not count as consenting to a soul sacrifice. If he does not agree of his own volition, I fear that forcing him will only prove counterproductive. A murderous glint flickered in Guyuena's eyes. For the sake of the soul beast clan, for the sake of the dragon god status, he wouldn't mind obliterating an ice silkworm, even if it possessed nearly 1,000,000 years of cultivation. Then kill him. Step forward immediately. Wait, let me give it a try. You smiled slightly. I have a way. You know that the Skydream Iceworm can become an intelligent soul ring, but a soul sacrifice would be far more beneficial to you. Since Guyuena has already spoken, you shall go and negotiate with it yourself. Ditia looked toward Guyuena. After Guyuena gave a nod, Ditia brought you to the place where the Skydream Iceworm was imprisoned. Be careful. I will be guarding right at the entrance. With that said, Ditia stepped out of the wooden cabin. In the center of the cabin stood a massive cage made of vines. A plump ice silkworm hung its head lazily inside the cage. So you're the one who wants me to perform a soul sacrifice? Tianmeng Ice Silkworm sneered. Don't you dare feed me that nonsense about the Emperor Beast. No way. You've been draining my heaven and earth yuan power for so long, and now you want me to offer my soul. Let me tell you, I will never agree to this, even if I die. You stood with your hands behind your back and indifferent. Tianmeng, I know you have a backup plan. You want to escape, to find a human with a spiritual attribute, and become their intelligence spirit ring, right? And there's the god-making plan, hoping to ascend to godhead alongside that human. A flicker of panic flashed through the eyes of the Skydream Iceworm. How could you possibly know that? You did not answer. And continued, I also know that you can bestow a human second martial soul of the ice attribute. And you're even plotting to have the Ice Empress become human's solidified martial soul. Skydream Iceworm's beady eyes widened in shock. Do you have mind-reading powers? Never mind how I know. I'll just ask you one thing. You say you love the Ice Empress, so are you willing to die for her? A flash of malice flickered in Skydream Iceworm's eyes. What are you trying to do? If you dare to touch Brother Bingbing, I will kill you even if it costs me my life in a self-detonation. You remain indifferent to his threat. You rise to fingers. I give you 2 choices. Offer your soul to me as a sacrifice, and I swear in the name of the Dragon God and the Emperor Beast, that once I attain godhood, I shall surely resurrect you. You'll die. The Ice Empress shall be buried with you. As fellow soul beasts, you do not wish to exterminate her completely, yet you also do not want Tianmeng lingering in your sea of consciousness. Tianmeng remained silent for a long time. In the end, he compromised. He had no choice but to hide. I greater than. A golden light erupted from the Skydream Iceworm's soaring straight into the clouds. The heaven and earth elemental energy around the Lake of Life is fluctuating violently. Within the golden light, its chubby body begins to fade. 10 golden patterns flicker incessantly. Vast life force, spiritual power, and heaven and earth essence are all pouring into your body. You sit cross-legged on the ground, automatically manifesting your Silver Dragon King martial soul, just as you accept the soul sacrifice of the Skydream Iceworm. A sudden thought rises within your heart. I am the Imperial Auspicious Beast in human form. It seems I can also produce my own spirit ring. A flicker of despair flashed in the eyes of the Skydream Iceworm. Why didn't you say so sooner? The soul sacrifice is already irreversible. At the very last moment before his consciousness he cursed aloud. I'm withdrawing. In the heart of the Stardow Great Forest, a golden beam of light surged into the sky, piercing straight through the clouds. A terrifying wave of spiritual energy rippled outward. Countless low-level spirit beasts prostrate themselves on the ground. The mixed zone of the forest, for figures in black robes, had just extracted the soul of a 30,000-year-old soft-bone rabbit. One of them suddenly looked up. Altar Master, look at that golden light. Could it be that a rare treasure of heaven and earth has emerged? A celestial phenomenon. It must be no ordinary object. Let's go. Let us head over and see. The four of them withdrew the soft-bone rabbit's soul. They immediately rushed toward the golden light. But after walking only a few hundred meters, the golden pillar of light suddenly vanished. The spiritual fluctuation dissipated along with it. The leader spoke with a vicious sneer. Keep searching in that direction. A treasure of such world-shaking caliber is presented to the cult master. My status as altar master will surely soar to new heights. Outer perimeter of the forest. Hua Yuhao uses his white tiger dagger to sharpen a fish spear. He spears a few fish from the stream. He lights a fire to grill the fish. It smells so good, a crisp voice rings out. Hua Yuhao looks up. He sees a young man and a young woman walking along the stream. The young girl hurries over to stand before him. Little brother, are you selling these grilled fish? They smell amazing. How did you make them? Hua Yuhao stared at that beautiful face at such close range. He was momentarily stunned. Then his face flushed red. I'll treat you to it. Just as he took down a grilled fish to hand it over, the young girl suddenly looked up at the sky. Hua Yuhao followed her gaze. In the distant sky, a thick pillar of golden light surged into the heavens, and after a few breaths, the light vanished. Hua Yuhao felt a sudden emptiness in his heart, as if something precious had been snatched away by another. Yet, he soon offered a self-deprecating smile. After all, the only treasure he possessed now was that white tiger dagger. He handed the grilled fish to the young man and woman before him, and continued with his grilling. Meanwhile, you did not hear what the Skydream Iceworm shouted at the very end. At this moment, you are fully immersed in the changes occurring within your body. Your spirit power remains at rank 20 for the time being. Only when the Golden Dragon King or Silver Dragon King has absorbed 2 spirit rings for their martial soul can the shackles be broken. However, your spiritual power has undergone a fundamental transformation. Iceworm was drained of too much heaven and earth essence by Detail. His million-year spiritual power still remains. His spiritual origin has directly forged a spiritual sea for you, expanding it to a truly terrifying extent. Your spiritual power has now surged into the Spirit Sea realm. Within the Sea of Consciousness, the Golden Dragon Spear and Silver Dragon Spear transformed into Golden and Silver Dragons, circling and dancing in flight. What truly surprises you are the 4 soul scales brought about by the martial soul fusion of the Skydream Iceworm Soul Ring and the Silver Dragon King martial Phantom soul. Of the Ice God consumes soul power to summon the descent of the Ice God's Phantom. Ice element manipulation, obeying your every whim. Mental barrier consumes mental power. Activate barrier, impenetrable to those whose mental power is not one level higher than one's own. Cannot be broken until mental power is exhausted. Fate strike, fate lock, guaranteed hit. For spirit abilities, simple descriptions. The effect is simply staggering. No wonder Diuena insisted on Tiaming's soul sacrifice. The boost is far too immense. You let out a soft sigh and open your eyes. Ditia, Diuena, and Dirikyu are all watching you intently. Diuena speaks up immediately. Brother, are you alright? Did that big worm try to pull any tricks? Rest assured, I am fine. You shake your head. You smiled at Uncle Ditia. Thank you both very much. Tiaming, this spirit ring has been a tremendous help to me. Ditia stepped forward and patted your shoulder. It's good that you're all right. Then let's strike while the iron is hot. Absorb the spirit rings of those 2 dragon-type spirit beasts outside as well. You shook your head firmly. There is no need to absorb them. Let them go. You explained. It seems I can produce my own spirit rings. Diuena raised her hand and tapped her forehead. I forgot that you and Kaya are both Emperor Auspicious Beasts. Spirit beasts over 100,000 years old that take human form can produce their own spirit rings when their spirit power breaks through. And Emperor Auspicious Beasts can freely switch between human and spirit beast forms. And even if their cultivation age is insufficient, they can still produce their own spirit rings. This is the path most suited for me. Over the next 2 days, you and Dirikyu each sought out a location rich in heaven and earth yuan power to begin condensing your spirit rings. On the first day, your Golden Dragon King Martial Soul condensed a 13,000-year black spirit ring, with your spirit power remaining at level 20. On the second day, the Golden Dragon King Martial Soul condensed a second spirit ring, an 18,000-year black spirit ring. Your spirit power has surged directly to level 30. On the third day, your Golden Dragon King Martial Soul condensed its third spirit ring, a 24,000-year black spirit ring. Your spirit power has broken through to level 31. As for the spirit rings for your Silver Dragon King martial soul, you shall hold off on condensing them for now. Your body's current limit can only withstand a little over 20,000 years. Condensing them too early would only squander the innate talent of the Silver Dragon King martial soul. As for the 3 spirit abilities of the Golden Dragon King, you only have one thing to say. Ba Dao, wait until you and Dirikyu have adapted to your soul skills. Guyuena also finished discussing the departure arrangements with Diche and the others. Early the next morning, you, Dirikyu, and Guyuena, under the escort of Shiwang, departed from the Lake of Life. With a cultivation base of over 200,000 years, Shiwang is a formidable overlord in the Stardo Great Forest. Along the way, no soul beast dared to approach. When they reached the boundary between the mixed zone and the outer zone, the UNS spoke up. Lion King, you should turn back now. Further, and we'll reach the outer perimeter. There are too many eyes and ears there. We must be careful not to expose ourselves. The Lion King lowered his 3 heads. Ancestors bless you on your journey. If you ever suffer any grievances in the human world, summon us at any time. After a few flashes of movement, the Lion King vanished into the depths of the dense forest. Guyuena walks by your right side and asks, "We are about to enter the human world. Where do you think we should go to hone our skills?" You make the decision immediately. Let's head to Shrek Academy. This is something you had planned long ago. Among the 4 great empires on the continent today, aside from the Sun Moon Empire's soul guidance technology, which is worth a look, the other empires have nothing particularly special. The body sect has its own unique requirements. The Holy Spirit cult is an evil sect. All things considered, those Shrek Academy's higher-ups are quite detached. It is indeed the epicenter of destiny on this continent. There is no shortage of battles there, nor is there a shortage of trouble. More importantly, you must keep a firm grip on Tang Wadong, that pivotal piece on the board. Otherwise, if Tang Sen truly disregards the rules and intervenes by force, you currently possess no power to resist him. Guyuena offered no rebuttal. Dirikyu couldn't care less about any of this. The trio headed straight toward the outer perimeter of the Stardo Great Forest. Before long, you all looked up simultaneously. Grasping the sun and moon, plucking the stars from the sky. No one else in this world like me. High above in the sky, space rippled. A dark shadow, imbued with deadly poison and the aura of light, tore through space and emerged, only to vanish in an instant. Electrolix. Your heart skipped a beat. Even though you intercepted the Skydream Iceworm ahead of time, it still failed to disrupt the appearance of Electrolix. It seems Electrolix has still chosen Hua Yuhao. Guyuena's eyes flickered slightly. A mere remnant soul. Yet it is already on the verge of touching the god rank. Let's go and take a look. The trio immediately picked up their pace, rushing toward the direction where Electrolix appeared. On the outskirts of the Stardo Forest, Hua Yuhao, relying on his white tiger dagger, managed to slay a 10-year-old wine baboon. Exhausted, he collapsed to the ground, gasping for air. Seeing the white spirit ring floating from the wine baboon, his eyes brimmed with pure joy. Once I absorb this spirit ring, I shall finally become a respected spirit master, mother. Do you see that? Rest assured, Hao will soon become a spirit master. I will avenge you. Hua Yuhao struggled to his feet. He walked toward that white spirit ring. Just as he was a single step away from the spirit ring, the sky tore open. Electrolix suddenly manifested, with a surge of necromantic and holy aura. Hua Yuhao instantly lost consciousness. To think that I, this old man, could have a sliver of my remnant soul survive. The illusory figure cast a glance at Hua Yuhao and instantly dove into the back of his head the moment Electrolix vanished. 4 figures in black robes swept out from the dense forest. The leader scanned the dead wine baboon, then looked toward the unconscious Hua Yuhao, a golden light flashing in his eyes, filled with resentment and that incredibly dense aura of necromancy. This kid is truly a natural-born evil soul master. We didn't find the treasure, but bringing such a genius back to the sect is certainly no loss. He glanced at the passerby beside him. Take this kid and let's retreat. This area is under Shrek's jurisdiction. It's best to be cautious. The passerby nodded, stepping forward to seize Hua Yuhao. Let go of little Yuhao. As the gasp of shock rang out, a thunder dragon claw struck fiercely. The passerby reacted with lightning speed, summoning 5 spirit rings. White, yellow, purple, a ghastly green skull manifested in the air, spewing emerald flames from its maw, blocking the thunder dragon claw. Bei Bei's charging figure came to a sudden halt. A 5-ring spirit king. The Holy Spirit cult member quietly intercepted Tanya as she prepared to strike. A passerby spotted the Shrek Academy uniforms on the two of them. He let out a sinister chuckle. With a swift kick, he sent Hua Yuhao sprawling before his cult leader. Leader, 2 little brats from Shrek Academy have arrived. Shall we extract their souls as well and bring them back? Bebe said in a deep, let Yuhao go. Our supervising teacher is nearby. Let him go, and you might still leave here unscathed. The branch leader sneered, and in the next instant, 7 soul rings with optimal configuration manifested around him. You brat, trying to bluff me. With a wave of his right hand, a massive ghostly claw slammed toward Bebe and Tanya. Bebe immediately unleashed his thunderous fury, but a 3-ringed spirit master could not withstand a sharp crackling sound. The net of lightning was shattered. The ghost claw struck Bebe with full force, sending both him and Tanya flying. Both of them coughed up blood. Bebe was knocked out of his martial soul avatar state. Yet he still shielded Tanya with his own body. The altar master ordered coldly, Lu Renjia, Zi Bingyi, Guan Zhangjiang, extract their souls for me. Make it quick. The 3 of them immediately surrounded Bebe and Tanya. Just at this moment, Yu, leading Diuena and Dirikyu, charged out from the dense forest. Stop right there. You are completely surrounded. If you know what's good for you, put them down immediately. Otherwise, don't blame me for being ruthless. You made no attempt to conceal your aura. Your 3-ring cultivation was clearly displayed. Though your spirit rings remained hidden. The 3 passers-by Zibing, Yi Guanzhang, and Ding were momentarily stunned. Seeing that the newcomers were merely 3 young boys and girls, they burst into laughter instantly. Ha ha, you're actually trying to surround us. You went behind the ears, brat. Trying to play the hero and save the damsel? You've just delivered 3 more pure souls to us. Bebe coughed up a mouthful of blood and shouted, little brother, you are no match for them. Run, get out of here. Go to Shrek Academy and seek reinforcements. Tang Ju grabbed him by the collar. Hua Yuhao, who had fallen into a coma, give the order directly. Stop wasting time. Finish off these brats and then retreat. If we really wait for the Shrek reinforcements to arrive, none of us will be able to escape. Understood, Altar Master. The passerby replied in acknowledgement. The green light from the skull flared intensely. His gaze swept past Ruri and Giyuena behind you. He offered a sinister, wicked smile. You little brat, consider yourself lucky to have run into your Grandpa Lu. I'll finish you off first, and then I'll savor the taste of these 2 little beauties. Upon hearing this, your expression darkens instantly. I 3 black spirit rings rise slowly from beneath your feet. Your hands transform into golden dragon claws. The passerby gulps hard. Be dash black, 10,000 year spirit rings. He instinctively rubs his eyes in disbelief. They gasped in shock. How is this possible? Bebe and Tangyo were also stunned. A first spirit ring that is already 10,000 years old. This completely surpassed their understanding. You didn't give them any time to react. The first and third spirit rings lit up simultaneously. First spirit ability, Golden Dragon Might, Strength Enhancement, gaining the blessing of pterodactyl power for a short duration. Third soul skill, Golden Dragon Phantasm. Dragon shadows emerge with every strike punch. Manifests a Golden Dragon Phantasm. Force lock on targeting the enemy, inflicting a 3-second stun, and recovering 10% of the soul power consumed. Under the amplification of the Golden Dragon's might, the effects are doubled. Before their laughter even fades away, your right fist tightens die. A thunderous dragon roar erupted. A colossal golden dragon shook the very fabric of space, hurtling toward Passerby A. Passerby immediately unleashed his skeleton martial soul, shrouding himself in a green glow. You little brat. This is a 10,000-year soul skill powered by my 5 soul rings. No matter how formidable you think you are. Before he could finish his sentence, the golden dragon's phantom tore through the green barrier. And with a deafening boom, Passerby was pulverized into a mist of blood. You clench your fists, feeling the surge of power coursing through your body. A wave of exhilaration washed over your heart. The Dragon of Dragons is truly overbearing. You sneered, as expected of an evil soul master. To think he even knew an escape technique, consider yourself lucky to have gotten away. Opened his mouth, then closed it again. The words he originally intended to say, urging Yiming to flee and couldn't bring himself to say it. Upon hearing those words of yours, he desperately wanted to retort. Is it possible that you were the one who utterly crushed them? At that moment, he saw the 7-ring soul saint abruptly grab hold of Hua Yuhao, ignoring the other 2 evil soul masters, and vanished directly into the dense forest. Bei immediately cried out, "Little brother, quick, save Yu Hao." You naturally caught the move that Spirit Saint made. Yet you deliberately slowed your pace, rather than letting Yu Hao go to Shrek Academy, only to be trained like a dog by Tang Sen again. It would be better to have him join the Holy Spirit cult. At the very least, within the Holy Spirit cult, Yu Hao might still be able to hold on to his original intentions. Most importantly, you certainly wouldn't want Yu Hao to ruin your plans for manipulating Tang Wutong. Though that's what you think, the act must still be played out to the end. You raise your hand and roar, "Let him go! The Bingyi, Guanzhongding, stop him for me!" From the dense forest in the distance came the furious roar of that Spirit Saint. The Bingyi and Guanzhongding's hearts sank in unison. They realized they had been abandoned. As evil soul masters, they were well aware that this day would eventually come. The Holy Spirit cult enforces strict discipline. The consequences of defying orders are far worse than death. Without a moment's hesitation, the two charged forward, risking their lives to block you, little brat. Go to hell. Necrotic power surged wildly from their bodies. Their bodies swelled up in an instant. "Watch out, they're going to self-destruct," Bei shouted. The self-destruction of two 5-ring Spirit Kings is enough to completely obliterate everything within a 100-meter radius. But how could you possibly stand by and watch them detonate? You let out a cold snort. You threw two punches in rapid succession. The phantom of the Golden Dragon emerged once more. A dragon's roar exploded through the air. Two golden dragons roared as they surged forth, piercing through Bingyi and Guanzhongding before their eyes, filled with utter despair. Bang, bang, two more mists of blood erupted. 3 Spirit Kings, felled by 3 punches, all reduced to clouds of blood. That Spirit Saint and Yu Hao had also vanished without a trace. You retracted your Golden Dragon King martial soul, walked over to Bei, and helped him up. You apologized, that Soul Saint was simply too fast. I couldn't keep up with him. Besides, with my current strength, I am no match for a Soul Saint yet. I am deeply sorry I couldn't save your friend. This is not your fault. It is all the fault of those detestable evil soul masters. Bei rubbed his aching chest and gestured toward Tanya beside him. My name is Bei. This is Tanya. We are students of Shrek Academy. We owe you our lives for saving us this time. Otherwise, both of us would likely have perished here. Looking at you, Bei wears an expression of hesitation. He is dying to ask you how on earth you managed to obtain 3 10,000-year spirit rings. But asking about such secrets upon first meeting would be far too intrusive. You then introduce Biyuena and Dirikyu to the two of them. He said as if on cue, "You are students of Shrek Academy. We were just about to register at Shrek Academy." Bei's eyes lit up instantly. Your talent is beyond doubt. To recruit you into the academy. He was also happy. That's perfect. We're heading back to the academy now too. Report to the teachers about the appearance of evil soul masters. If there's enough time, perhaps there is still a chance to save Yu Hao. Why don't you all come back to Shrek Academy with us? To be honest, Yu Hao only met them once. Yet, in the face of a soul saint and 3 evil soul masters at the Soul King level, he still resolutely stepped in. This favor has already repaid the debt of that grilled fish. As for whether we can make it back, and whether the academy can save him, it is all up to fate. On the way, Tanya's gaze swept over Dirikyu and Biyuena. Her eyes were filled with astonishment and admiration. She whispered to Bei. All 3 of them possess such incredible talent. Why don't we recruit them into the Tang sect? Zia, you are the sect master of the Tang sect. It is your decision to make. Bei said with a hint of concern. I'm afraid they might not agree. After all, look at the current state of our Tang sect. Why not just ask and find out? Tanya gave a light huff. She turned her head to look at the 3 of you. Do you know of the Tang sect? Do you know of the Tang sect? At the mention of the Tang sect, you immediately had your own calculations. Tanya was likely harboring the intention to recruit disciples again. As of now, the Tang sect consists of nothing more than her aunt, that pair of star-crossed lovers. To be honest, the crane-catching dragon-capturing technique passed down within the Tang sect, the mysterious hidden weapon manual, and the purple demon eye are considered top-tier techniques in the Douluo Continent. Heaven sex arts, in particular, span the entire Douluo series, serving as the lifeblood of Tang San's rise to power. Right now, all you have to do is give a slight nod, and you could easily enter the Tang sect to master those secret techniques. Yet, you neither want to nor dare to. Tang Sen relied on the mysterious heaven arts to build his legacy, and eventually ascended to the god realm. With the way he treats the Douluo Continent as his own backyard for his 10,000-year grand scheme, passed down directly from his own hands. If the Tang sect had no backdoor, That would be truly strange. Huo Yuhao, the child of destiny, meant to save this plane, is formidable enough, yet he still stepped right into Tang Son's trap. One step at a time. You can't see any issues with the Tang sect through Huo Yuhao. But you wouldn't dare say there aren't any. The Golden and Silver Dragon Kings are supreme by nature. Why bother joining the Tang sect and shackling yourself? You say with a smile. It is the sect founded by the one who ascended to the god realm 10,000 years ago, the sea god, right? Tanya is taken aback. Then she speaks up. You seize the moment and ask, why the sudden question? Tanya gives a dry cough. With a touch of nostalgia, he spoke of the Tang sect, once the premier sect of the continent. Founded 10,000 years ago, it is arguably the sect with the longest history. Had it not been for the foundation laid by the ancestor Tang San for the future development of the spirit masters on the Douluo Continent 10,000 years ago, after the Sun-Moon Continent collided with it over 4,000 years ago, the Douluo Continent might not have been able to triumph over the powerful experts of the Sun-Moon Continent, thereby unifying the two continents. Bei Bei continued. However, with the advancement of soul tool technology, the Tang sect's hidden weapons have declined, gradually fading from the stage of history. Nowadays, the Tang sect is left with only our sect master, Tanya. But the foundation of the Tang sect still remains. And there are several secret techniques among them that are well suited for you both, which will undoubtedly be of great help to your cultivation. I wonder if you'd be willing to join the Tang sect. Tanya looks toward you all. Her eyes are brimming with hope. She truly yearns to restore the Tang sect to its former glory and revive the prestige of the continent's #1 sect. Guyuena and Dirikyu both turn their gaze to you, waiting for your decision. Dirikyu simply prefers not to overthink things, while Guyuena dislikes interacting with human spirit masters. You'll look at Tanya and Bei Bei. With a hint of guilt, Sister Xiaoyuya. Brother Bai Bei, I revere the sea god, and I have always longed for the sect he founded. However, the three of us come from a sect that once lived in seclusion. Our sect suffered a great catastrophe, and now only the three of us remain. I have sworn to restore our sect to its former glory, so we cannot join the Tang sect. Tanya listened intently. Beyond the regret, a sense of empathy stirred within me. She smiled and said, It doesn't matter. Wish that we both may see our desires fulfilled. You smiled and agreed as well. The Stardo Great Forest lies mostly within the borders of the Starluo Empire. Only a small portion extends into the Heavenly Soul Empire. Shrek Academy is situated to the northwest of the Stardo Great Forest. The distance is not particularly far. Within the academy, any student below the rank of Spirit King is strictly forbidden from entering the Stardo Great Forest from the front, because that direction leads straight to the core area. It is the most likely place to encounter a beast. Tanya and Bei Bei entered from the south. They are still at least several hundred miles away from the academy. In just one day, it is absolutely impossible to make it back in time. Because of this, Bei Bei is well aware that by the time they return to the academy to report the matter of the evil soul masters to their teachers, it is already too late. He offered a silent prayer for Huo Yuhao in his heart and then led you all back on the road. The Stardo Great Forest is perilous at night. We shall set up camp right here. We will reach the academy by tomorrow. Bei Bei chose a spot for the campsite. He then headed to a nearby stream and used his family's secret technique to catch a few fish with lightning. They had a hasty dinner. When it came to pitching the tent, you found yourself in a bit of a bind. The three of you had just emerged from the Lake of Life, possessing neither a soul storage tool nor any gold soul coins, let alone a tent. Fortunately, Bei Bei was quick-witted, instantly sensing your predicament. After a brief, hushed consultation with Tanya, he walked toward you under her bashful gaze. Brother Yi, we only brought 2 tents with us this time. I'm afraid you'll have to make do with the arrangements. Bei Bei's gaze swept over Guyuene and Dirikyu, a teasing smile playing on his lips. Many thanks, Brother Bei. You pretended not to understand the meaning in his eyes and swiftly set up the tents. Although Dirikyu and Guyuene were truly tens of thousands of years old, they had taken on human form, hadn't they? The child is still young. You mustn't act recklessly. Absorbing a bit of dragon aura occasionally to aid your cultivation is enough. Bei Bei smiled slightly, choosing not to expose you. He then took out a belt inlaid with jade and handed it to you. This storage belt was crafted in imitation of the 24 moonlit bridges of our ancestor, Tang San. It's nothing of great value, but you saved both me and Zia. This debt of gratitude for saving my life with a mere belt. Do not decline my offer. If you refuse, you are looking down on me. Since you put it that way, I have no choice but to accept. Brother Bay, we are brothers after all. I won't stand on ceremony anymore. Fasten the 24 bridge moonlight night and run your fingers across the jade. Instantly, you perceive one of the jade pieces. Inside the storage space lies a pouch of soul coins, neither more nor less, exactly 100 coins. The Academy's enrollment fee is quite steep. I truly hope you can become my junior. Bebe raises an eyebrow at you. After scattering insect repellent powder around the campsite, he sneaks into Tanya's tent. Seeing this, you have no choice but to take Gyuena and the Rikyu entered the tent together. Before long, Tanya emerged with a flushed face. She wanted to step aside for a breath of fresh air. As she passed by another tent, she found herself slowing her pace, as if possessed. Strange, peculiar sounds drifted from inside the tent. Why is it that Sister Yue can touch your feet, but I'm not allowed to? I don't care. If she can absorb it, I want to as well. No, it's too intense. I can't quite take it anymore. Tanya looked a bit bewildered. Visions suddenly flooded into her mind. In an instant, her already flushed face turned even redder. Overcome with shyness, she ran back to the tent. Upon seeing Bebe lying there languidly, driven by some strange impulse, she blurted out, "Bebe, let me touch your feet." He said leisurely, "As long as you join the Holy Spirit cult, the sect will surely spare no effort to cultivate you. Power is the greatest guarantee in this world when that time comes. You may kill whoever displeases you. Hua Yuhao, have you considered it?" These words echo like a demonic incantation, constantly swirling within Hua Yuhao's mind. He recalled his mother, who had perished in utter despair. The flames of vengeance burned fiercely once more. Hua Yuhao suddenly looked up, as the soul saint articulated every word with chilling precision. "Help me hunt a soul beast, and let me become a soul master, and I will join the Holy Spirit cult." At the first light of dawn, you all packed up the tents and continued on your journey. Along the way, you felt that the way Tanya looked at you was always a bit strange. Bebe, meanwhile, seemed to have something on his mind that he couldn't quite bring himself to say. You assumed the two of them were still dwelling on the matter of the evil soul masters, so you didn't ask any further. By midday, the group arrived at Shrek City. Under Bebe's guidance, you successfully entered the #1 academy. In the Douluo Continent, just as you stepped inside, several colossal statues came into view. The one in the center is the founder of our Shrek Academy. Flender, that blue-haired youth, is the ancestor of the Tang sect. The thousand-hand Douluo, Tang San. You followed Bebe's introductions, looking at them one by one. When you caught sight of Ziwu's statue, the three of them all paused, their gazes fixed. Gyuena and Rachel are all soul beasts by nature. Especially Gyuena, who is the sovereign of all soul beasts. Regarding Ziwu's act of self-sacrifice for a human, you all feel deeply unsettled in your hearts. The blue-silver empress, the titan giant ape, the azure bull python. These soul beasts with cultivation exceeding 100,000 years have all become the power of human soul masters and became the butcher's knife in their hands to slaughter the soul beasts once again. Different factions, different philosophies. This is something you truly cannot agree upon. Bebe led everyone to behind the white freshman teaching building and said, "Brother Yiming, you go register first. Zia and I will go too. Report the appearance of the evil soul masters. I will come back to find you all later. Lives are at stake. Brother Bei, you two must go quickly. We can handle the rest ourselves." After Bebe and the other left, you led Rikyu and Gyuena toward the registration desk. Shrek Academy has many titled Douluo. There are even limit Douluo among them. If it were any other 100,000-year-old soul beast in human form, they would certainly never dare to come to a place like this. But the three of you are different. You and Rikyu are both imperial re-beasts, protected by the fortune of the Stardo Great Forest. Even standing right in front of those titled Douluo, they wouldn't be able to detect anything unusual. As for Gyuena, the status of the Silver Dragon King is not something titled Douluo could ever fathom. The three of them were chatting and laughing as they waited in line. Suddenly, a golden-haired figure approached with a stunningly beautiful young woman whose curvaceous figure was truly eye-catching. He swept his gaze over Gyuena and Rikyu, a flash of amazement crossing his eyes. Then, looking at you, he spoke brashly, "Kid, switch seats with me." You didn't even lift an eyelid. Continuing your lively conversation with Gyuena and the other girl, the man felt he had lost face in front of his companion. He reached out to grab you, "Kid. How dare you disrespect Dai Huabing? Do you believe I can make?" Before his hand could even touch you, You countered with a palm strike straight to his chest. You didn't even use a shred of spirit power, yet your physical constitution is now terrifyingly formidable. With just that single strike, you sent Dai Huabing flying 3 meters back. You rolled your eyes and muttered, "What kind of trash is yapping at me now? Get to the back, now!" Guyuena and Rikyu couldn't help but laugh out loud to Dai Huabing's ears. That laughter sounded gratingly harsh. His female companion tried to rush forward, but was held back by Dai Huabing. "Zhulu, don't!" Dai Huabing stood up, glaring at you fiercely. "Kid, I'll remember this strike. Leave your name. If Yuming wants revenge, I welcome it anytime. But remember to bring a few more people along. Otherwise, it won't be enough to satisfy me. You aren't just boasting, are you? Come to Shrek Academy. You intended to pick a fight from the start. Only through real combat can one accumulate combat experience more quickly. As for spirit power cultivation, every day, you and Rikyu and Guyuena engage in the mutual communion of dragon aura. Your rate of improvement is no slower than in that environment. As for the teaching at Shrek Academy, apart from running with weights, and fancy variations of running, if it weren't for your interest in Wangdong and that dragon core that has been nourished for 100 years, you wouldn't really care to enter this Shrek Academy, which relies entirely on hype to sustain itself. Yiming, I'll remember you." Dai Huabing gritted his teeth, and with Juju's support, he slunk away to the back of the line in defeat.